The next thing that's not good about being rich is, although I have an iron mind and I'm one of the last professionals of Earth, you do suffer to a degree from Fomo. I'm a professional, you're an amateur. As a professional, I can identify when people are controlling the dialogue. Because to control the dialogue, you control the language. From a young age, I was a professional chess player, and then I became a professional kickboxer, and then I became a multimillionaire businessman, blah, blah, blah. It was all about the money. I was a professional. And the reason you suffer from FOMO is because private jets are like Ubers. So I have a number in my phone for a man in Switzerland, some rich guy, never met him, I don't even know his real name. It's kind of like Hitman. You know the Hitman movie where he has the handler, and you don't really know who they are. I send a voice note to my guy in Switzerland. Bro, I'm in Bucharest, and I need to get to Geneva. He'll say to me, in 44 minutes, sir, and there'll be a plane on a runway with my name on it, pilot, fully fueled, with donuts and champagne and pepperoni pizza, because it's always what I have in my private planes, waiting for me. It's like an Uber. When you take away the whole airport bullshit, there's another thing you guys don't know about flying private. The best thing about flying private is there's no airport experience, right? If he says the plane's on the runway and I want to fly at 8, I get to the airport at 7:59 because my PA in advance, as the jet is being booked and paid for, has already sent my passport. They've already done all the check-in, the customs, all that crap. So I walk straight into the private airport terminal, straight onto the plane. The airport takes 24 seconds on the plane. Take off, land. It's the same with the other side. They've already had my passport in advance. As I get off the plane, someone looks at the passport scan they had, looks at me, same dude, cool. Right in the BMW, which is already on the tarmac, out. So for you, let's say I was flying from Bucharest to Geneva traditionally. Let's say my flight is at midday. I'd have to get to the airport at 10 a.m., fly at 12, land, let's say 2, then another hour collecting bags, passport check-in, but I get there around 3. So 10 to 3. Whereas for me, it's 11:59 to 2:01. So what that means is you can now go in and out of countries in the same day. So you guys don't understand. You brokies, you don't get it. You haven't got time. You ain't got a 7-hour period twice in one day. But I do. I can get up at 7. I can fly at 7:30. I can land at 10 a.m. I can have lunch in Geneva. And then around 4 o'clock, I can get bored, text my guy, and fly home, be home by 6. I've been in and out in one day. So when you can do this, when you could Uber around Earth in real time, when you can go in and out of countries in a single day, you start getting big FOMO. I struggle with FOMO to this day. Tate, it's Cannes Film Festival. Don't want to go Cannes Film Festival. Yeah, but Leonardo DiCaprio's on this boat. Don't like him. Yeah, but he's going to be jealous of your girls. That's true. All right, what time is it? Quickly, boom, jet, bang, flex on Leonardo, boom, back on the jet, bang. So you start getting all these messages, and now you get FOMO. So when you try and just sit still, because you can be anywhere and do anything, it's very hard to not do things. I hope I'm making sense here. Everyone goes, oh, just relax. I can't just relax, because right now there's so many places I could be. There's so many things I could be doing. Like right now, Maserati, as we speak right now, Maserati are having a test track day in Bologna, Italy for the MC20. I could have been there. Here I'm filming Tate speeches. And part of me has FOMO. I could have just bounced to Italy, drove the car, bounced back. And it's every single day. So you get huge FOMO. Same thing with Instagram. If I scroll Instagram and I see something that looks fun in Paris or London or Stockholm, I can be there in two and a half hours. So I can see a dude having lunch in London and go, oh, dinner there. Bounce. And it makes it very, very difficult to stay still. Very, very difficult to achieve peace. Luckily, I have Zen and an iron mind. But that's the thing that's kind of bad about being rich, because when you're broke and you go on holiday, let's say you go on holiday, right? You go to Marbella and you're standing around Marbella. It never crosses your mind to go Ibiza or Santorini or Cannes or Monaco, because you're in Marbella and you've paid for your hotel and that's where you're going to be. Whereas me, I'll be in Marbella. I can be having 99% fun. It'd be great. But I'm a tiny bit bored. Tiniest bit, because we're all a bit bored. There's never a time in your life where you're not completely engaged. Just a part of you. I look at my phone and my boy's like, come Monaco. And you're like, oh, I just got here. Got to Marbella fucking 3 hours. Ah, fuck it. All right. That's what happens. So you get FOMO. It's very hard to sell. And because it's very hard to sell, and because you have FOMO, it's very hard for you to be pleased. I hope I'm making sense to you. I can be in Marbella. It's okay. But maybe it's better there. Maybe it's better there. Maybe it's better there. And you end up just chasing if you're not careful. But I am careful. That's one of the bad things. Most people need narrow choices to stay sane. And I'll give you proof of this. Have you ever taken a chick to Tesco or for you Americans, I don't know what the American Kroger's, the grocery store. And there's 20 sandwiches. And you say, pick a sandwich. And they have a mental breakdown. You ever watch that? Because there's too many choices. If you were to say ham or prawn, they'd probably still have a bit of panic, but they'd get there. If you were to turn up and say, there's ham sandwiches, you want one? Yeah, all right. Most people need narrow choices to stay sane. But when you're truly wealthy, like I am, all the choice in the world exists. So you have to find new mechanisms, new parameters to stay sane. So my parameters are self-induced. I will say to Tristan, from the 1st of April, I do not leave this country. I don't care if Mike Tyson himself invites me to his mansion. I'm not leaving. And we shake hands, and we give our passports to our PA, and we don't go anywhere. Because otherwise, you just chase. I spent a year of my life, not last year, year before, of the 12 months, even though I live in Romania, I was away for 11 months. It was ridiculous. Living in hotel rooms. Just buying new clothes as I went. Losing clothes, buying clothes, one backpack, just run around the world with a debit card. It's out of control. This year, I'm gonna try and stay still. I've looked at my list, and I have a bunch of other things, but I'm thinking maybe this should be a bit of a series. The bad parts about being rich. We should make a series out of it. I wanna reiterate, please, for all you brokies at home, I know because I understand brokies very well. I know there's at least one brokey sitting there going, that actually sounds quite annoying. I'm kind of glad I'm broke. Listen, being rich is fantastic, and being broke is not good. And the good sides massively outweigh the bad sides. I'm just trying to tell you a couple of the bad things. I think I've told you 3, and I've got 3 more. So we're gonna save it for another video. In the meantime, what I'd like for you brokies to do is to go look in the mirror. This is serious homework. If you're gonna watch my channel, you get homework. Do this, because it will change the trajectory of your life. I know you think I'm full of shit, some of you. The ones who are the real G's know it's true. But the following words I'm gonna tell you are gonna change the trajectory of your life. Stand up, go to the bathroom, and look in the mirror and look yourself in the eye. Look that man in the eye and say, I want Tate's problems. Because you should be listening to this and think, you know what? That's an experience I've never had. That's a life I've never lived. I want that. I need to become rich. If, and only if, you have bothered to stand up, go to the mirror, look in your own eyes, and speak to yourself, you can email me on the email address below. If you're too lazy to go look in the mirror, don't email me. I'm not saying it's easy to get to the top of the mountain. You still have to climb. But I know the way. So if you understand what I'm saying to you, if you want the life problems I have in my beautiful existence, if you want to stop being a peasant, a peon, a brokey, you can email me at the email address below and say, I'm ready. And I will show you the path to the top. And maybe, wouldn't it be fantastic, in some far-flung existence, in one of the many variations of the multiverse, in 3 or 4 years from now, after you followed my advice and you became ridiculously rich, that you text my phone and say, hey, T, there's a party on a yacht. We're here in Santorini, are you coming? And I say, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna come. And we turn up, and I can guarantee you, finally, I can look you in the eyes and know once and for all what I already know deep in my heart, that you're a fucking geek.